But what we're gonna talk about right now is another really, really important product to have in your car, and it's called the Mighty Jump. This is an emergency car battery jump starter for $24.95 and with free shipping and on 2 Flex. This is one of those things you never expect to have a dead battery, but maybe it's because you left the interior lights on in your car. Maybe it's because it's freezing where you live. Maybe it's because it's too hot where you live. Maybe somebody just didn't close the door all the way. There's a long list of reasons why a battery can die. This is gonna be that backup plan, that plan B, that insurance policy, if you will. You just choose eggplant, pink, silver, or teal. And if you have it and love it, I would love to hear from you today. Give us a call. Here's the number, 866-376-8255. Tell us how your Mighty Jump has helped you out. 372-405, this is another one of those items. I really hope you never have to use it, but if you need it, you need it. And my friend Tim Wilkins is here to talk about it and explain how it works. Good to see you.
Hey, and I'll tell you right now, if you're worried about color, no one's gonna say, please don't save me from the icy cold with a dead battery with eggplant. No one's gonna say, I'm worried about having a teal battery starter. They're gonna say, please get me out of my frozen car while I'm waiting hours for roadside assistance. Please don't use these anymore, because when you're out looking for somebody that has these, you have to make sure, A, that one of you knows how to use them, and B, it's not the 40s and 50s anymore. Some handsome stranger doesn't stop by and jump your car. You know this as soon as you put that hood up. You, your son, your daughter, your grandparents, we have people that buy them for their grandparents and parents. You are instantly vulnerable as soon as you put that hood up.
That's very true.
This is still the only one around that works as a trickle charge through your cigarette lighter without getting out of the car, out in the elements. And you know this, if you're in the cold right now, when your car battery's dead in the cold, you're without heat in your car. When it's dead in the summer, you're without the air conditioning. This is no more waiting hours. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you plug this into the cigarette lighter AC adapter in your car, and you are up and running. You push this little button forward, you'll see the green light come on. If for any reason you forget, the instructions are on the bottom. And then the great thing about this, if you spent the money on this to use it once, it would be worth it. But check this out. While you're driving around, you switch that switch back the other way and recharge this to use again and again and again for up to 5 years.
Up to 5 years. It's not a disposable one-time, fix. That's why people love it. And the power in this thing, it'll blow your mind. We've got a big old battery over here. We want to show you a side-by-side comparison. And by the way, we don't even have 1,000 total available, so it is first come, first serve. Teal will go first if color does matter. Pink, silver, or the purple are all available. So again, first come, first serve, but check this out.
Okay, Callie, this is my little science experiment, and this is what's so important for all you fine folks. Once you get your streets plowed, then your car doesn't start, and you hear that horrible sound. This has cells with water. In the extreme heat, they expand. In the extreme cold, they contract. That's how we end up with these dead batteries that need that extra charge. And the companies know that when they sell us cars, but they only give us spare tires. They don't give us spare batteries. So I hooked this one up down here. Let's get both my voltage meters going there, 12.1. Now this is hooked up, but I'll flip the switch on the Mighty Jump. And what do we monitor now? 19.2. That's how this little Mighty Jump, the size of a small cup of coffee, has the power to get this great big car battery up and running when you need it.
Isn't that impressive? I mean, because obviously these are expensive, and this is what, makes our car work in most cases. Unless, there you are, sitting with the dead battery. It's inevitable. It's one of those things that's just gonna happen at some point for some reason. Some of us just forget, like I said, don't close the door all the way. Wake up in the morning and trying to get to work, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Well, think about this. A lot of times when that happens, or the kids are playing with the dome light in the car, and when you have that parked in the garage, then you can't even get another car in there to jumpstart you. Your kindly neighbor, your husband or wife can't jumpstart your car. Now you're really stuck. You're late for that appointment. You're late getting the kids or grandkids to school. And without these,
sold out of the teal.
You're done. The teal is sold out.
The teal's gone.
In just 10 minutes, about the amount of time it takes to call ahead and say, I'm safe. By the way, the last time my car broke down, the last time it wouldn't start, they ask you the same question. Are you in a safe place? Is there ever a safe place to be broken down? You're in a cold parking lot late at night like I was. You're downtown, you're on the side of the road, wherever that is. And then you gotta wait an hour, 2 hours. For me, it was up to 3 o'clock in the morning. They said, we'll be out, because a lot of people were having trouble that night. When it's really cold, everybody else is having trouble too.
Right, yeah.
Now, in just 10 minutes, you've got that extra boost you need to get up and running.
So this works on cars, pickups, I know, you know, it's just, if you're driving something with a battery, this is gonna help you out in the event of that battery going dead. Pink, purple, silver now available. We are definitely seeing a race to the finish line here. There's free shipping and handling. You pay for half of it. You've got a month to try it. Hopefully you will never need this. I have one in my car. I've had it for years. And I love the fact that it works over and over and over again, up to 5 years.
5 years. Now my daughter Cammie, I don't know if I told you, she saved up for her first car. She worked really hard and she just used it 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, and she was so excited. She called and she said, she wasn't excited when her car died, and I was, of course, nervous as can be. And I said, get your Mighty Jump out, plug it in, read directions on the bottom. And she called 15 minutes later. She said, it worked. It really worked. I said, of course it really worked. I wouldn't have given it to you if it didn't work. And I was so happy that she wasn't stranded. When you've got your baby that's just stranded out there, one of my favorite calls we've gotten at the last Today special, where we sold almost 125,000, by the way. One of my favorite calls is a woman who called in and said her daughter just got her first job out of college. She's a traveling salesperson going across Michigan, and she was stuck at one of her appointments. She goes out to that icy parking lot and she heard that horrible sound. Zzz, zzz, zzz. And again, the two biggest problems we're going to have is a dead battery and a flat tire. But they only give us a spare tire. They don't give us a spare battery. Now we have that. Her daughter plugged in her Mighty Jump, and she was up and running, called her mom, and she said, hey, that thing you got me for a stocking stuffer saved me.
And you know what? Isn't that the way it goes? I mean, those are the best things as parents that we can possibly give. We feel better, and we know they feel better, and it's just all good from there. I mean, what would the other options be? Your daughter called to say, battery's dead, what am I gonna do? You know, like you call a service, have to wait for them. They're not inexpensive, that's for sure. This is instant. This is an immediate answer to the problem. And a problem like that is stressful.
That is really stressful, and I don't want her to be vulnerable anywhere with her hood up.
Right.
I don't want her looking for strangers to help out. And the beauty is, again and again and again, I know she can recharge that. I don't know if you noticed this, for almost everything else on your car, there's a dash light. You're low on fuel, you're low on oil, you're running hot, you're running cold. There's nothing that's gonna say, hey, your battery's almost dead. All of a sudden, your battery's dead. Now you can't even get to the auto parts store to have them check how much power's in it, but now you can. Now you can just plug in the Mighty Jump. You plug that in, let's just take this guy right here.
On the pink, by the way, there's 80 left in the pink. Eggplant, probably your best bet. Silver, we have less than 250. So looks like they're all gonna go. I encourage you to get it now before they go. It may be one of the best purchases that you make. Again, hopefully you don't have to use it. Hope your kids don't have to use it. But if they need to, every car should have
your
one.
Parents, your kids, your grandparents, whoever it is, if you want them to be safe, you want that peace of mind, this is just, it's such an easy purchase. Again, the directions are on the bottom. So what you do, you plug this into your cigarette lighter AC adapter. You'll see that little green light come on. You wait 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Crush some candy or play with some friends with the words, and then you call ahead to a family friend and you say, hey, I'm running a couple minutes late, but I'm okay. My doors are locked. I'm safe and secure from the comfort of my driver's seat. When it starts up, flip it back the other way and recharge it from your running car, and you're ready to use it again.
So your running car then trickle back charges.
Back in to use again.
Which is why it's always ready for you whenever a situation like that might come up. If you want pink, final call. I'll be stamping that sold out. We did lose the teal. We are letting you know right now, final call overall. Silver and eggplant, like you said, Tim, color matters not in a situation like this.
Boy, I wish I had a silver Mighty Jump. I don't want pink. Don't jump my car. This is a lifesaver right here, which is what my daughter called it last week. She said, that saved me.
Yeah.
And it might have been a bit extreme, but this in an extremely cold environment or an extremely hot environment.
Right.
The other ones, you still have to get out of the car, go out in the snow, go out in the rain, put the hood up, mess with these clamps. Even if you have a little charger, you still have to work with the ports on the battery.
These scare me because like, if you don't have one on the right,
you get sparks. Some of them, one has to be hooked up to the chassis of the car, the ground, and the other one goes to the positive portal on the battery. It's just too much to know and too much to think about.
I know, because it's already stressful.
Plugs in. And you lock the door. You say, I'm safe.
Listen to your radio.
This is the best. You listen to the, well, you can't because it's dead.
That's true.
But you can do it on your phone.
That's true.
You know the
details.
You got nothing here, Callie, without a battery. The last time my battery died, my phone was dying. and I couldn't call ahead to even get, I had to borrow, I had to go into a local establishment that was still open and use their phone, had to find my readers back in the car to even look up my card to call the roadside assistance. It's 12:30 at night. They said, we'll be out in, I was a hot mess. They said, we'll be out at 2 to 3 hours, 2:30 to 3:30 in the morning.
So what are you supposed to be doing, sitting there waiting for them to come? Like, no, I mean, and you're a big burly guy. I'm sure you could, like, you know, handle it.
If I had to, but
right?
I don't want to. I don't want to have to be big and burly at 2:30 in the morning downtown. I want to go home.
I know. I just want to get back to my home and go to bed. I know what we're showing you is 750 left. We need to back out about 400 from that because that's how many people are on the phones ordering. In fact, some people are shopping on hsn.com too, so it's kind of an imperfect equation when you think about it that way. If you want, is the pink gone? Okay, there's about 2 dozen. So good luck there. If that sells out before you get to it, get the eggplant or get the silver. The silver is great. I mean, everybody's gonna love the silver. No one's gonna be upset about that.
Well, let's go back to my little science experiment, though. I want to remind people that when you're looking at the spare battery backup for your car or light truck, and this is a light truck battery, you're saying, how can this little thing get a big giant battery going? And we've got our voltage meter down here that's showing the car battery at, what is it there? I get all my things on. Was it 12.2? And I've got the Mighty Jump hooked up, and that's the one that's reading 19.2. That's how little old Mighty Jump, there he is right there, he's playing hide and seek. Little old Mighty Jump has enough power. Pulling that out of your dash, your center console, you see that fits in the cup holder over there.
You will fall in love with your Mighty Jump. It's just such a great feeling knowing it's there. You know you've got a backup plan. You know you've got your insurance policy. Your plan B is ready and waiting no matter what happens. So pink just sold out, teal sold out, last call on the silver. Best bet is that eggplant, which is a gorgeous deep purple color.
I will remind you, as this guy moves up to the top tier, get up there, buddy. As silver goes away, no one is going to complain when you save them from being stranded on a cold parking lot late at night. You go out with that armful of packages, you put the kids in the back seat, and you hear zzz, zzz, and your heart just sinks.
Or that.
Oh. And now you know that you can plug in, we'll move all the silvers, we'll hide all those guys, that you can just pull this out of your center console, your glove box.
Underneath the seat of your
Underneath the seat of the car. Plug that in and push that lever forward. My light's already on. Push that lever forward, and in just 10 minutes, you can be on your way safely. It's such peace of mind. If you've never used this, but you've got this, I would take it out every 6 months to a year and just plug it in and recharge it, push it back the other way, and make sure it's got the juice that you want when you need it, and then...
Good suggestion, actually,
in you go. To make sure, always make sure that you're at the ready for those little emergencies.
372-405 is the item number. It's a small price to pay to be ready for those emergencies. That's not a little moment. That's a stressful, anxious time. So 372-405. We've lost everything but the eggplant, and we will be stamping this one gone in just a few moments. We are going to say thanks to Tim.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Nice to see you.
You always make me laugh. Love it. Love people that make me laugh. So much more to come. In fact, what we're going to do next is we're going to talk about the HD dash cam. Ooh, another really, really good thing. Stay with us. It's up.